What is going on, YouTube world? Dan and I are back here with you at Black and White Sports.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome back.
Welcome back. You're here. There we go. You're here because we are doing Pickems.
Yes.
And you want to know what Dan and I think.
Yes. We hope.
You hope. So, just a little background. We are doing Pickems where we pick a couple games for college, then we do a couple games for pros. We did the debate between us, and then we tell y'all what our picks are.
And I think this week you might hear some good debating on these games, so stay tuned.
Good debate. Just to let you know, I'm up in college.
He is. He is. But
Herm Edwards is my guy.
I picked them too. It's just I picked Southern Cal. They flopped.
Herm is my guy.
He played to win the game, folks. He's keeping to play to win the game. No, he's still got a bet, everybody. If you tune in before to a previous show, Damon and I made a bet on the Notre Dame-Michigan game. Obviously, the Irish won. So soon, very soon, we will see Damon in some Notre Dame gear marching to the Irish fight song.
You know what? Why not? I'm a man of my word. I had the bet, thanks to you lovely people who follow us, and I have to pay up.
You do. That's all right, though. That's
fine. That's fine. I'm good with it. I'm good with
it, too, because I didn't lose.
All right, so let's jump into these picks. We're going to start off with the college. So we got a couple games that we picked. This week is kind of a special because we couldn't quite figure out which game of the week that we were going to have. Mm-hmm. Two really big games, interconference for both games. No, one is a conference game.
One's a conference game.
But different sides of the conference. And then the other one's an interconference game.
Yep.
Time for the Big 12 to finally step up.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So we'll start off with the non-game
of the week.
Non-game of the week. We have Alabama and Ole Miss. You ask why this is a game of the week? Yeah, because they're the number one team in the country.
Yep.
Simple as that.
But it's not the game of the week. It is a game that we're going to pick for the week.
Right.
Yes, Alabama is number one, playing against a always tough Ole Miss at home.
Right. Ole Miss is – you never look to Ole Miss to be a dominant team. You always look to Ole Miss to be a spoiler team.
Mm-hmm.
If you overlook an opponent after them, or if you're coming from a big opponent going to them, they're always difficult. But I think Alabama comes to play. No questions. No problems, no issues. Was the spread 21?
Yeah, the spread's 21. It could go either way on this, folks. We are talking about Bama, number one team in the country. I don't think they're going to cover the spread at Ole Miss this week.
I think they cover the spread, but we call the game straight out. I got Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama's definitely going to win. So our picks are, like you said, straight up, no point spread. But we'll throw the point spread out for you for all you gambling affiliates.
It's pretty simple. Alabama's established. It looks like they've established who the quarterback is going to be. The young boy from Hawaii, Tonga.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got 6 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
He's clearly overplayed Jalen Hurts going all the way back to the national championship game last year. Mm-hmm. I say Jalen Hurts transfers at the end of the year because he's not going to be the quarterback at Alabama anymore.
I see that. Yeah, I agree with that.
So
that was an easy game.
That was an easy game. So next game up, we're going to jump over to the Pac-12. We're going to go with Washington at Utah.
This, again, on a previous show, this was the one's Pac-12 championship game with Washington at 1-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing their games past couple weeks. Well, definitely the first game against Auburn where they just couldn't get it done. Utah, 2-0. Spread's only 6.5 points. What do you think?
I'm going Utah.
Wow. Okay.
I like the Utes. That's for our cousin, my wife's cousin, who lives out in Utah.
Okay.
Who sends me direct messages all the time about the Utes.
Now we
There's
know.
a shout out, Mr. Robert, out there all the way in the Utahville.
Hey, we got it. Hey, at least we know we got one viewer out in Utah.
Yep. So I'm going with the Utes.
All
I
right.
picked them to play in the Pac-12 championship game, and I'm sticking with it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. The winner of that. Browning's got 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions for Washington. It's not looking too good. The way Washington was perceived at the beginning of the year, it's not looking too good for them. They have a hell of a schedule ahead of them. And going to Utah to play an undefeated team at home, yes, you're the number 10 ranked team in the country, but should you be? I don't know. After the first 2
Utah's no
weeks,
joke. It's hard to go in there and win. It's hard to go in there and win.
It is.
And Utah's struggling. I think Auburn exposed the serious weaknesses that no one knew about with Washington, and that was that offensive line. They put so much pressure coming up the middle, and he wasn't mobile enough to get around on the edges. Well, he was mobile enough. It's just that those SEC D-backs are faster than everybody on your offense.
Right.
So they exposed a lot of what the Pac-12 goes through when they come east.
High
and play in the
offense, no
schools.
defense.
Yep.
High
So,
offense, no defense. Something's got to change out there.
but
But
this is a big game within that conference, especially for
Yes.
an early game. So, I'm sticking with the Utes.
I'm going to have to agree with the winner of that being Utah.
There we go.
Now, to our co-game of the week in college, folks. Like you said at the beginning of the show, we couldn't really pick which one we would think is actually going to be the game of the week. So, our first game of the week is he's familiar with this team,
That school in Ohio.
which is
That school in Ohio.
what's their logo? What's their mascot?
OSU.
What's their mascot?
It's a Buckeye.
Okay, so the Buckeyes,
Other than that, the Buckeye candies for Christmas are pretty good.
they are. They are. I know
I like
what I'm
those.
asking from Damon's wife.
Like
I
Buckeye.
want the Buckeyes.
That was my mother's. My mother
Oh,
does
well,
those.
Robbie.
Yes, my mom does those. So shout out to her. So
So who's Ohio State? Ohio State.
OSU is traveling to TCU.
Mhm.
So it's another interconference game. You got the Big Ten, Big
Pac-12.
12, Big 12,
Yeah, Big 12. Yep.
Big 10, Big 12. Big 10, dominant conference. What are the conferences who have favorites to come out and play?
Conference that says. See, we're just real, folks. You can't understand this realness and this awesomeness unless you follow Black and White Sports.
Retarded. Oh, I can't use that word. I can't use the word. It's not politically correct.
We'll take that part out.
Yeah. But back to the game. Don't see. It's a game in the first half. OSU pulls it out second half with a very dominant performance. You know, back when we were saying, or what I was saying about the big game for the conferences, Big Ten, one of the stronger Power 5 conferences for college football. Big 12, up and coming. They're established, but the conference is still up and coming because they can't figure out this championship
Well,
game
yeah,
thing.
we don't even know if they're going to be a conference here soon.
Right. It's a big game for them because they need to show that they can compete, other than Oklahoma, that can compete with these upper echelons Power 5 teams.
I agree.
What are they? The school in Ohio.
Just say it.
They are.
Just say it. You've already said it before.
No, the school in Ohio. They're an extremely good team. They're the best team that I've seen in the first 2 weeks.
Okay. So you picking Ohio State?
I think they cover.
13 points?
I think they cover
At
plus
TCU?
7.
Okay. Wow, 20 points. Haskins does have 9 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
Granted, but the first game was a Pac-12 game,
Okay.
so it was a Power 5, a Power Conference, Power 5.
Was it really,
whatever
though?
game. But it was. They're in there. It's like in college basketball when you play the Big East, they're still one of the bigger teams, bigger conferences. So
Okay.
you have to count it.
Okay.
They had a great showing. Offensively, I don't think there's a defense in the country that can keep them out the end zone.
Here's what's going to happen, though. TCU, again, Big 12, dominant offense, no defense. We all know that's the scheme, I guess, in the conference. However, I called this game 3 weeks ago when the whole Urban Meyer thing went down, and I looked at the first 3 games of the year where he's quote unquote not coaching. We all know he is, obviously.
Well, he's allowed to talk to the team
Right.
now.
TCU upsets Ohio State this weekend.
That is huge, folks.
TCU upsets Ohio State this
That's
weekend.
bigger than my pick of Arizona State over Michigan State last week.
So we both picked that.
Yes,
Because
our
we were,
picks.
we were
All
smart.
right.
We were smart on that one.
Yeah.
Because we played to win the game.
The
TCU over Ohio
the only
State.
way I see TCU winning this game is somehow making OSU get in the shootout. But I still don't think TCU has the defensive horses. The school in Ohio is going to score. They're going to score.
Yep.
But they have
Damn near every time they get the ball.
But they have a defense that can keep you from scoring.
And I get that.
I don't think they can score enough points. I mean, I don't think they can. I mean, they got three linebackers off that team that's going to be first round picks next year.
Yeah, for a second. But up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
That-
TCU upsets Ohio State this weekend, folks.
I'm going for the conference. I'm not going for the school.
That's our first co-game of the week this week. Damon, what is our second game of the week?
This one's huge.
Huge.
Especially for the SEC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got LSU going over to Auburn.
Big game. Big matchup.
This is big for them, especially LSU.
Yep.
This is huge because you got that matchup later on with Georgia.
Yep.
So this is a big game. Auburn, you had a very, very dominant performance week 1 against the Pac-12 and Washington. Looked pretty decent last week as well. I like LSU.
Thank you. God, we agreed on something that meant something, folks.
I like LSU.
So you going to LSU?
I don't know why. I can't give you a reason why. I can't say it's quarterback play. I can't say it's running back or defense. I just like how that coach who everybody, I can't think of his name, but the coach who everybody was in LSU was kind of, why'd y'all give him the job?
Right
he's not the guy that you want. He's not the pitcher coach.
He looks like a French bulldog.
Yeah. He's not the pitcher coach that you want.
No.
So there were some grumblings, but
look what he's
ever
doing.
since he's taken over, he's won ball games.
Yes, sir.
Those kids play for him.
Yes, sir.
I like LSU.
I'm going to agree with Damon on this game. Auburn is 10-point favorites right now. If I'm a betting man, I'm taking 10 points all day long and taking the Tigers. They're both Tigers, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're both Tigers.
Yes.
So
you got the Bayou Bengals.
I'm taking the Bayou Bengals. Bayou Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 points all day long if I'm gambling. So I'm going to take them straight up right now because I seriously think.
I mean, if Auburn had Bo Jackson, I'd go with Auburn.
Man, well, Charles Barkley, that's terrible.
That's terrible.
But so, yeah, we're going with LSU, folks.
There you have it for
college.
Black and white sports, Pickems for college.
Week 2.
Week 2.
And now we are going to move to the pros again.
We're going to segue from the amateurs into the professionals.
Boom, 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 boom. You see how that escalated?
And that's where the music's supposed to come. Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
But
Dun.
We're grimy, so we're not doing that.
We're not doing that music at least.
Then we have to pay them. And we broke.
Yeah, we don't do that. First game.
NFL.
NFL.
First game. We got Carolina at Atlanta.
Big matchup in the NFC West, or NFC South.
Yep.
Atlanta's coming off a tough fought loss against Philly in the opener. They've had 10 days to perform or practice and get better. Panthers, you played Dallas. Dallas didn't look that great.
I didn't think that was going to look great this year anyway. So
just besides the point.
I did pick them because it was Carolina, and I was mad. I was mad at Dallas. Because being a Pittsburgh dude, I don't do a whole lot of Dallas.
Right.
So, Sean, it's your fault. Your team sucks. Yes, Stevens.
Sean,
I don't care.
Stevens,
We tied.
Anthony Castle, all of you. Ashley Stevens.
Yeah.
They're all Cowboys fans. That's all right. We're not talking about you guys right now. But Vidal. Stay with us, Cowboys fans. We will talk about your team again here soon. But right now, Carolina is going to lose to the Atlanta Falcons at home.
By 10.
Wow. Well, that could happen. Matty Ice could get real hot real quick.
Julio Jones catches everything.
He does. But I'll give him, I think they need to use their backfield, their two-headed monster in the backfield a little bit more than what they did last week, especially. When they got down to that goal line, it was just a repeat of the NFC Championship game, or divisional game with Atlanta and Philly. When they got down to that goal line, they couldn't do anything. They need to figure it out.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, expecting a different result. That's what I say to Atlanta Falcons.
But they're going to win this game.
But they will win this game.
They're going to win this game.
Yes.
But I agree.
I used to be on Cam Newton's little wagon. But it's fine. I find it very hard. I'm finding very hard to stay there. Like I said in our preview show of the NFC, it's a snappy dresser.
And that's about it. Snappy dresser that cries more than a 2-month-old baby.
You know what I mean? You can hate me all you want, so I don't really care.
Well, I don't hate Damon.
Yeah, I'm just not.
I hate on his Michigan team all day long.
I don't buy into anything going on in Carolina.
No.
Well, at least not on this particular game.
No, not this game. Like the coach. Rob Rivera is a real good coach. Like him. He's a defensive-minded guy.
Yeah.
Use your team wisely. But
I think he's on the hot seat.
Yeah, he's definitely on his way.
He's on the hot seat.
Especially with the new owner. You could see either which way going. If they go 8-8, maybe he keeps his job. They go under 500. He's probably gone. But that opens up a lot of options. He is a damn good coach, and I think that he could do real good somewhere else. Mm-hmm.
Even if he goes back to being a defense coordinator, I think it works.
Yeah.
For anybody.
Except for this week, because this week, Atlanta's winning. Spread is 5.5 points right now. I'm going to say they cover.
And with it being Carolina, I know you guys are going on the road, but hope your families and your people in your area stay safe.
Yep.
Looks like some pretty bad weather coming in over there on the weekend. So
definitely keeping you guys in our thoughts.
Shout out to that. Next game, one more time. Next game coming up, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going into Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
The 0-0-1 Steelers.
And you know what? People say, well, this doesn't hurt or help you. I'm going to tell you exactly where this game is going to come into play later on in Pittsburgh's schedule. It is going to come down to the reason why you are not the number one seed in that division.
I agree.
That is going to be that tie.
Division or conference?
No, it's not going to hurt the division.
Okay.
They'll be all right in the division. The conference. That's going to keep you. It's going to keep you the number 2 seed.
Yep.
That game right there. Just going to watch what I tell you. It's going to come down, and that's going to be the reason why they're the number 2 seed. That tie right there.
Yep. Hat trick Ben. That's what I called him this past weekend because why? 3 picks.
And he had 5 turnovers, bro.
So one of them he got stripped once.
Both 2 fumbles.
2 fumbles. Okay, 2 fumbles, 3 interceptions.
interceptions.
That's all on you, Big Ben.
I'm a fan because I had on my Ben Roethlisberger Bumblebee jersey.
We got Mike Tomlin here, folks. We have Mike Tomlin here. Everybody knows that Mike Tomlin And Damon Thomas could be the same person.
But anyway, I'm not happy. I thought it was a wasted. I thought they wasted the efforts of James Conner.
I agree.
Ridiculous haircut, but whatever. I don't understand these new guys anyway. But
you like my hair?
Yeah, that's amazing. He had a good showing.
Yep.
The one thing I didn't like was the analysts immediately going to the Steelers don't miss Le'Veon Bell anymore, blah, blah, blah. Hey, I like what the kid did. This game one.
Yep.
And it was the Cleveland Browns. Yes, we did tie, but it was the Cleveland Browns. If you look at the game, we had control of that game. We were up 14 going into the fourth quarter to seal it off, and Mr. Connor decided to put the ball on the ground. And that's what snowballed the rest of it. Because we overcame the first 3 interceptions. We were going in with the lead, the first 3 turnovers. And then that snowball, because then right away being fumbles, touchdown, and it's ridiculous.
Yep.
But I think they bounced back. KC had a very good looking week. I know Dan was over there like, yeah, because they're going to win 2 games.
I didn't say 2. I said 5. But wow, they showed up to play, folks.
Me slinging that thing all over the place.
Man, they Mahomes.
And Hunt, it's going to be a difficult challenge for the Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah, definitely. Even for Kansas City is not really a slouch on defense either. However, they are more of an in my opinion, more of an offensive team.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Andy Reid is their coach. I know a lot about him being 14, 15 seasons with the Eagles. He's a hell of a coach. I'm never going to take it away from him. That's what I said in the previous show when I even gave him 5 games to win. But this was overachieving for this team week 1. I don't see a game like that coming out of Kansas City again this year. Unless it's back at home towards the end of the season and they're playing for the division.
Mm-hmm.
But hats off to you. You guys beat the Chargers. Good job. Good divisional win. Good luck.
But that all comes with a but. Pittsburgh has a much better defense than the Chargers do.
Very, very true.
Very true. Those big boys up front will come after you. And boy, Lil Watt is amazing. Lil Watt is amazing. I'm a fan of Big JJ. TJ is my guy. Guy.
So, did their family not know? And no offense, guys, but did your family just want to say, man, we're just going to give our 2 sons nicknames right off the bat? So, JJ's first one. TJ.
Hey, let's do it.
Man. Next one's AJ, huh?
AJ Watt coming out.
What about BJ?
Woo. But I like the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he brings a fire to that defense. He has a little aggressive edge. Sometimes I think he needs to watch himself a little bit, but I don't want him to rein it in too much. Because like Shazier of last year before he got hurt, those guys feed off somebody having energy like that. Mm-hmm. So I think it works well for them. I think they get the pressure on Chumley.
Chumley.
Wow. The guy with the rocket arm. I think they get pressure on him. I think they bottle in Hunt. I think Hunt has like 12 carries for 40 yards.
I think Hill will have a big game, though. They're going to be so worried about where Hunt is. I think Hill kind of keeps them in the game a little bit more. What is it, 5 points to Pittsburgh? Or Pittsburgh's favored by 5 points. Take the points.
Yeah, Ben's not.
Take Pittsburgh.
Ben's not going to have another five turnover game.
But you know, he's very consistent in that. He'll have a bad game starting
and then
off.
He'll come out
and then have 6 touchdowns the next day. Yeah, 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, and maybe even a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. I'm expecting a big game from him, Juju, and Antonio Brown. Expecting a big game. I think James Conner does have a decent game. I think he's shy 100 yards, but I think he has total yards, about 160 total yards.
Okay, so before we move off of this game and this team, since it is Damon's team, I want to hear your opinion. When's Le'Veon Bell coming back? Or is he? What's your opinion? What do you think?
I don't know. At this point, I'm thinking it's more his agent being more destructive in this situation. Obviously, that's his job to get his guy more money, but I don't think this.
He's losing almost $1 million a week now.
Now he is, so it's going to affect his pocket. I think we probably see him week 4, week 5. You know, right when they get really into the thick of it, right when Connor has kind of almost established himself, and then that gives them another option. I don't know. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if he held out.
Okay.
You know, I'm never going to tell somebody not to get their money, but I don't think this is the way you go about it. I think you perform on the field. He had, not to say that he hasn't, because he has, and not to say that he hasn't earned the increase, but you were going to get the increase anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just be patient.
Mm-hmm.
You were going to get it anyway.
Did you want a ring with Pittsburgh? You should have signed when the deal was out there and ready to be made.
There's been a couple good offers.
Yeah.
Now, we understand what the problem is. It's not the amount of money per year. That's really not the issue.
It's the guarantee.
It's the guaranteed money and how much up front of that guaranteed money. That's what the issue is. Right. So,
and when you're running back, you do look at injuries probably a lot more than a lot of other positions, just because you're getting pounded every time you touch that ball.
Yeah.
Every time.
And we've always in Pittsburgh had the next man up mentality,
especially in running back.
And we've had, some pretty good running backs, and they just fall in. And Connor is primed to step in. So,
So is it Bell's time to leave?
I would like not to think so.
If you were Le'Veon Bell,
I don't think he'll get another. I don't think he'll get a better situation for the way he runs the ball and the way this offense is set up. I don't think he'll get a better situation anywhere else in the league. Not saying that he's a system back. Not saying that. This system is built around his back. His being a talented running back with the option of being able to throw the ball everywhere around. So I don't think he'll have another situation as good as he has it here.
Okay.
The grass is not always green on the other side.
You've heard it here from Mike Tomlin himself, a.k.a. The One.
So we're in agreement, so we both picked the Steelers on that one.
Yep.
All right. Next game, Minnesota at Green Bay.
I'll tell you what.
God darn, Danica Patrick, whatever you did to Aaron at halftime.
Big Chris, we love you. But, man, what was your boy on when he came back out to the field? Did you see the video?
I didn't know the cortisone was like that.
What was the injury? My knee!
Oh, Aaron.
Wow.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Hey, listen, this is what I said about Green Bay when we did our divisional episodes.
Yeah.
Always been a fan. Think he's probably top 5 quarterback of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a talented guy. And I also said, out of the, 6 wins I gave him, that Aaron was going to win 3 by himself. That was one.
That was definitely one because he won that game. You were down 23-0, correct? I know it was at least 20.
And the guy could move, man.
Man. He couldn't feel his leg.
How can you not put pressure on the guy who can't move?
Man, that's bad. That's bad coaching right there. I'm sorry.
Chicago, you look so amazing. And man, did my Khalil Mack.
Man, Khalil Mack.
Was I not right? Whoever he plays on is going to be He wins games.
But not with that type of coaching when you're up 23-0 and they allow a non-mobile quarterback to do what he did against them.
I think they doubled, tripled, chipped.
Hats off to Khalil Mack, though. Great performance.
Man, that dude is amazing. And you didn't practice the whole week. You don't know the scheme or nothing. They just said, hey, you.
See that ball? Go get it.
They waterboyed him. Hey, you. Go get the ball.
Mama said football's the
devil. Minnesota. I got Minnesota, man. I got Minnesota going into Lambeau and getting that dub. Because I don't think Green Bay comes down off that high. I
don't think Aaron Rodgers is down off that high yet.
I think they dwell on that. I think Minnesota goes in there and does work. Kirk Cousins.
Like I said, Chris, I love you. I am agreeing that Green Bay is not going to win this game. The simple fact is Minnesota's defense is without Khalil Mack on the field. Take Khalil Mack out. Minnesota's defense is going to rush Aaron Rodgers. They're going to sack Aaron Rodgers. There's going to be a pick. There's going to put a lot of pressure.
I hope Aaron Rodgers plays.
Well, yeah, and nothing against Aaron Rodgers, man. I hope you're okay. Everything else goes good.
Ain't nothing wrong with rehabbing with that, though. Just saying.
Yeah, we're just saying. But no, Kirk Cousins, and he showed us that he likes being in purple.
I like purple. Well, I'm gonna get me a Randy Moss jersey too.
Fine purple people eater over here.
Me the white one though. Me the white
one. But you like purple.
Yeah, but it's got purple trim.
Oh,
so give me some purple J's.
Oh boy. Who's going to be the running back? Who's going to be the standout running back in Green Bay's offense? They got, and I cannot remember. I know Montgomery.
Running back. They got a running back that wears 88.
Yeah, well, isn't that Montgomery? I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, well. But he's good, though.
Maybe that's where a up-and-coming running back, or maybe a Le'Veon Bell goes to and says, I can win a championship.
And they'll run the ball. They'll run the ball there.
They will.
That instantly makes them a contender.
Just like that. They already are. They're always, like we said, you got Aaron doing that on one leg. They're always going to be there.
I mean, if he plays like that the rest of the year, Chris, you might win 12. No, I can't say it. I can't say it.
You ain't winning this game. Vikings going to win.
So we both have Minnesota for that one.
Yep.
Next game up, we are going down to that ridiculously overpriced stadium in Dallas.
Here we go, Sean. Here you go.
We got the Giants, the New York Football Giants.
The New York Giants. That
going
couldn't
down.
pull the win out. Couldn't pull the win out against Jags.
I don't want to talk about it. Going down to Dallas.
Yep.
I didn't have
Sunday night football.
I didn't have high hopes for Dallas this year anyway. And if Dak Prescott doesn't start following through his progressions all the way through, the Cowboys are going to struggle on offense. Not all the time are you going to be able to hit that first and second. You have to be able to not get happy feet and hit that third guy or maybe that back coming out the backfield. You're going to have to read your progressions because all they're doing is loading up on the box. Ezekiel Elliott is an outstanding running back, even though he's an idiot off the field. But he's an outstanding running back on the field.
Who isn't an idiot off the field from Dallas? I mean, seriously. Each year, there's one. There's one. There's my point.
100% of the offensive line.
Well,
they're rocket scientists. They're reading books.
Okay.
They're reading
Dez
novels.
Bryant. Gone. Yeah, but I know he's gone, but it was a problem for him.
But they had Witten, though. Jason Witten was a true leader.
But he hadn't been here this year.
Right.
Same time. Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you talk about the past with Dez Bryant, we can talk about the past with Jason Witten.
Well, let's talk about the past. I mean, Michael Irvin, the only reason he could run so fast and catch the damn ball like he could is because he looked like Aaron did after coming out of the back
Dude,
last week.
When you could walk out of the hotel where you was caught with hookers and prostitutes, well, hookers and
Aren't
prostitutes.
they the same thing?
When you get caught with hookers and cocaine, and you come out the hotel with a fur coat with the hookers,
Right. My
and
point.
play
It's Dallas.
the next day.
It's Dallas.
Give it that guy, Michael Irvin, is the man. I love him. Michael Irvin's the man. Get pulled over with the bowl in the car and say, "Oh, I took it for somebody because I was looking out."
Right.
Best answer I've ever heard in my life.
That's bad.
He's a bad man. I love him. But he was a beast.
He was.
Even though he was a Cowboy.
Yeah, he was.
It's all right,
He was. But I don't see them. Man,
I got the Giants.
Their defense. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. Giants are going to win this game. It's going to come down to the defense or lack thereof of Dallas against Saquon Barkley, ODB, Eli Manning, and what is it, Sterling Shepard?
Okay, here's my thing with the Giants, though. Last year, without Odell Beckham and without Saquon Barkley, you averaged 15 points a game. Game 1, you have Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, and you have 15 points.
I could say that about my team. You can say that about your team. Everybody, it is week 1. Yes, y'all didn't show up week 1. We all see that. We noticed. But they haven't played each other. They haven't played with each other until then.
Same old story in New York.
Yeah?
Offensive line. Offensive line is not protected. Saquon Barkley is an amazing athlete, an amazing running back who can Adrian Peterson himself through those issues, but Eli can't.
But who does Dallas have besides Sean Lee?
Look how bad Giants line is. Dallas don't need nobody.
Well,
Anybody, man.
Then how are they going to win?
I get up there
How they win it?
because Saquon Barkley is an exceptional player.
Got it. All right. So you're saying the Giants winning?
I'm just devil's advocate both sides of it, but I'm still picking the Giants by 3.
Okay, that's and that's the spread was 3. Dallas is getting 3.
Oh damn!
But it's at home, like it's at AT&T Stadium. Benefield, I'm coming next year. Dallas and Philly game. John Benefield, Sean's buddy, our buddy, moved out there and took a job out in Dallas. He lives out there, so if you want to roll out with me to a Philly,
I got people in Dallas.
Fan.
I got people because I went to school in Texas, so I got people down there in Dallas.
He played in the indoor court, not the outdoor field. He's the basketball player. Remember, he went to Paris.
I got some homies down there.
He's got homies.
Yeah. One guy to give a shout out to, Andy.
Shout it out right here.
Andy Filacek. He has a pretty awesome AAU boys basketball team that I've been keeping an eye on. He's just outside of Garland. So, yeah, if he's watching it, you see throw a shout out down there. So, there's some big things going down there.
All right. Well, then we might be heading to Dallas next year. So
road trip.
Right, road trip. But for right now, Dallas, you're getting 0-2.
Yeah, right. So,
game of the week. NFL. Damon, what you got?
We got the New England Patriots.
Oh, say it ain't so.
New England Patriots.
Say it ain't so.
It's so.
Who they going up against?
The GOAT going down there with them Jaguars.
Uh-oh.
But with them Jaguars.
Uh-oh. So is this a rematch of sorts?
Yes.
Oh, yes. What is it a rematch of, Damon?
The AFC Championship game.
Oh. Boy, they gave that game away, too.
Yeah.
Jacksonville gave that game away.
But they won't get a chance to give this one away.
Well, now. So you going with New England, huh?
I'm going with Michigan.
Oh, boy. Y'all know that Brady didn't really play much at Michigan.
This show, no, he wasn't, because on that last championship game, it was Greasy. Brian Greasy was the starting quarterback.
And Brady was his backup.
Yep. Charles Woodson was a Heisman Trophy winner that year, and the last defensive player to win the Heisman.
Yep. Manti Te'o was almost there.
He had a phantom girlfriend.
He couldn't find his girlfriend for the date. Yeah, wow.
Great. But anyway, I'm going with Brady.
All right.
I'm not going with New England. I'm going with Brady.
Okay,
I'm going with Bill and Bill.
Okay.
I'm going with Bill.
Okay, so the duo, the coach-quarterback duo is going to win this game.
Bill and Tom.
Bill and Tom. Bill and Tom's excellent adventure, right?
Listen, we are in Indianapolis.
Yep.
There is a hatred from this city.
Oh, yeah.
For the Patriots.
Major. And there's honestly, there's a hatred towards Jacksonville, too. Not as much.
But
it is a divisional.
They've been beating up on Jacksonville for a while. So they're mad. They're mad because Jacksonville's getting back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're getting back hard.
But they hate New England.
They hate. Indianapolis hates New England.
I mean, it is bad.
Yeah.
I get less flack being a Steeler fan. Walk through Indianapolis. I challenge you. Walk through Indianapolis with a Patriots jersey on and see what happens.
Be probably about the same as walking through Philly with a Dallas jersey on.
Yeah.
No, it ain't that bad.
Yours would be Washington.
No,
more Dallas.
Or the Giants, yeah. Washington, we look at as kind of like our little brother.
Hey,
we'll watch out for you, but we still got to show you who's
so
better.
Cute. But come down to it, Jacksonville defense looked strong as usual. Offense looked a little.
They brought it back. They came back and won the game.
Yeah, because Fournette is.
Jacksonville's beating New England, folks.
The running back situation in the NFL right now
is high.
There are some. I haven't seen a group of running backs like this at one time in the league
in a while. It's been a while.
I mean, you got
Gurley, Gordon,
Bale,
Fournette,
if he was to play, Fournette,
Hunt, Cook.
Beast mode if ever they get it out together. I mean, there's some, even this young guy that Mac that the coach had.
Mac, yep.
Man, there's some good backs out here.
There are. Now we just need the big men to step up and start playing the game like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot of good offensive lines out there, but there's only a very few number of stout lines across the whole line that can work with a back to get to bring the back up from just a decent back to an elite back.
Yeah, there's very few. I mean, and Jacksonville is one of those defenses that is hard for anybody to run against. I mean, from one side of the defensive line to the other side, to their linebackers and to their secondary, they're hard to score on.
Yep.
You got to be their defense, I think, is made for you to take chances. They put you in situations to make you take chances, and they capitalize on them. Ramsey is probably the best cornerback in the league, but New England, Tom Brady is a smart dude. He's going to have that defense on the string just like he did, in the AFC Championship game. He's going to move it around. He's going to do it again.
I think they've learned something from last year. I think that you'll see what they learned. I don't know necessarily what the defense learned from that loss in the AFC Championship game, but I think that we will find out what it was by watching them and seeing, okay, they did change this. They tweaked this. They moved this piece a little bit. They put more focus on this piece here, and they'll change. That's why I got Jacksonville winning by 4 points.
Well, they got to get a pass rush. If you don't get a pass rush, Brady does not hold the ball. He gets that ball out. If you don't get in his face, you're not going to beat him.
He's going to
pick you. You're going to pick it, but you got to get to him.
They will.
All right.
I'm gonna say at least 2 sacks.
2 sacks?
And that's not a lot, but 2 sacks on Brady.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2 sacks by the Jaguars. Defense gets a win.
All right, there we go. We differ. He's got Jacksonville. I got Michigan.
Man, he's stuck on this Michigan crap. I can't wait. Hey, next video, folks. Just in case you don't know, we made a bet on a Michigan-Notre Dame game. Obviously, the Irish won. Damon lost the bet. So coming up next week. Next week, folks, you're going to see Damon on our YouTube channel, on our video, Maybe even Facebook Live. You on Facebook?
Facebook Live it too.
We are going to Facebook Live it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Of Damon wearing the gold and blue of Notre Dame, singing the best fight song in the world.
We still debating on that. We might just dance
song.
an Irish jig.
Well, I can play that too.
Yeah,
whichever one he wants.
But watch, I'll have a surprise
That's
with that jersey on. So.
Oh, okay. Must be he'll bring a Jerome Bettis jersey.
Bring out my old Rick Maher jersey.
Yeah. Still don't get that one.
I don't
either. Folks, it's
I
been
don't even
fun.
like him.
Right. Folks, it's been fun. Thanks for checking us out. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at BW Sports 1, at BW Sports Damon, and at BW Sports Dan. Check out our Facebook page. Check out and like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, B&W Sports 1, the symbol and. So, thank you. Love and support. Damon?
Hey.
I thought you was going to do that.
Hey, I got something great, but I couldn't think of it. So, we're signing off.
Signing off.
Until we see you next week. The one, the ass,
Black and White Sports.
Keep it classy. Indy.